Hi.
Please.
Good morning.
Very good morning.
Jai Mahapatra. Thank you.
What are you doing now, Janmakaya?
Sir, after graduation I joined Infosys as a software engineer. In 2021 I left the job to prepare for civil services. Now I am dedicated towards the preparation only.
Okay. How old are you, Janmakaya?
So my date of birth is 10 March 1994, so approximately 28 to 29 years.
International student, isn't it? International relations scholar.
Yes, sir. My optionals are philosophy and political science and international relationships.
Have you heard of this name, Yevgeny Prigoni?
Sorry, sir, no, I have not heard.
Russian Ukraine war. Recently this man was in the news.
No, sir. No, sir, I have not heard. Sorry.
No, there is a kind of a mutiny in the Russian troops. You remember?
Yes, sir, they are facing hardships in Ukraine. So they don't. It is believed that they don't themselves want to join the war, but they are forced by the Putin government for the military action in Ukraine.
So broadly speaking, the Ukraine is a very small country compared to Russia, isn't it?
Yes, sir, definitely.
But then that they are able to hold on for so long, it's more than a year now.
Yes.
What would you ascribe that to?
So Ukraine is seen as a prospective member, future member of NATO. So Western countries like US, Europe, they are providing military and financial assistance to the country Ukraine. That's how they are able to face a stiff resistance to the Russian forces.
Is it merely the assistance provided?
Yes, it is
substantive as it is.
Yes.
True, but is it the main thing?
It may not be the main thing, but it is definitely adding an augmenting factor. But the political leadership of Ukraine is also strong. Their president comes
Is it only the
frequently.
leadership?
There are many factors involved, so you are correct. But these are some of the main factors that which is helping them to face the Russian brave.
Okay, now coming to philosophy, you are a scholar of philosophy.
Yes, sir.
Socrates, it is attributed to Socrates, know thyself. Know thyself. Know yourself.
Yes.
Know. You must get to know yourself.
Yes.
That seems to be the philosophy, Socrates, isn't it?
Yes.
But does it sound familiar that the Western philosophy, of which you can consider Socrates to be the father figure, know yourself, does it sound a familiar chord in the Eastern philosophy, Indian philosophy?
Yes, sir, definitely. In Eastern philosophy is more spiritualistic in nature. That is there are four Purusharthas described in Indian philosophy: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Indian philosophy is mainly focusing on moksha, what you get after death, how you get the liberation. To get the liberation, you must know who you are. How do you perform your karma? How you
Good, Janmakaya. Sorry, we are stopping you here. But then to take my point forward, is there a meeting point between the Western philosophy and the Eastern philosophy, or they are diametrically opposite?
Sir, if we see the philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, we see a convergence between them, convergence between Western and Eastern philosophy. But as we graduate towards modern philosophers in today's time, empiricism, rationalism, we say they are diametrically opposite. Not diametrically opposite, but there are some differences. Because Western philosophy has more focused on materialism. What is real substance?
Mithya. But don't mind, because I am cutting you short for one more time. Jagat Mithya, Brahman Satyam.
Yes.
What does it mean? Who said this?
This is a quote of Shankaracharya.
Shankaracharya is supposed to be one of the
Yes, he is the greatest philosopher of Vedanta.
So what does it mean?
Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya.
Jagat Mithya, is it true?
So give me a moment to think.
Isn't it? Because when we accept and venerate Shankaracharya,
So he is not saying the world is entirely false, But if we see transcendental point of view, he is saying the world is false. It is not the ultimate truth. That is what he is saying. The things are.
What is the ultimate truth?
Ultimate truth is the Brahma, of which we are all the parts.
How would you define Brahma?
So Brahma is saying Brahma is the ultimate consciousness. It is the nature of Satchidananda. It is pure existence, pure bliss, and pure consciousness. That is how we are defining.
You accept it. I'm asking you as not as a student.
So it is not based only on our acceptance. It is how
I'm asking about you, sir. We
we
are interested in your personality because you are a scholar of philosophy.
Yes, personally, all the schools that I have studied, I like.
No, come straight to the point.
Yes.
Do you subscribe to the views of Shankaracharya, who is venerated as the great proponent of the Indian philosophy, a particular school of philosophy? Do you subscribe or not?
Yes, sir. To some point I subscribe, but it may not be entirely correct. But my knowledge is very limited.
Does God exist?
So it is a point of views debate. It is from the
And you are a
perspective.
debater.
Sorry.
You are a debater, aren't you?
No.
Are you a
sir.
debater or not?
I like debating, but this is not a platform. Sorry, sir. To debate.
The modern science and spirituality,
Sir.
are they antithetical to each other?
Not entirely, sir. For example, recently
Are they
I
reconcilable?
yes, reconcilable, sir. For recently I read an article which was based on gemstones that we wear. So recently science have proved that gemstones that we wear, like the pearl stone, pokhraj, moti, that we wear have capacity to attract negative energy and absorb it.
But physics, even quantum physics, does not find God anywhere. Matter and energy.
Even in our philosophical system, God is not a very personal God. That it does not
Thank
sometimes
you.
existent God.
No, we are impressed. Thank you. We are stopping here, sir.
You are Janmakaya, no?
Yes, sir.
What is Janmakaya?
Sir, Janmakaya literally means who has won over his birth. He was a popular Kuru. He was son of popular Kuru king Parikshit, who was grandson of Arjuna. So literally, Janmakaya was great grandson of Arjuna. He performed a famous yajna called snake sacrifice.
So from birth you are Ajay.
That is what the name means.
Are you living or non-living?
I am a living being, sir.
Why you are living?
I am a living.
Just I am connecting sir's view. Why you are living?
Philosophically, all living beings have been created for a
Just
purpose.
tell, not philosophy. Why you are living? Why you claim yourself that you are living?
Sir, because there is a organic reaction in going in my body. I am breathing, I can see, I can speak, I can hear, I can respond.
So that
I
is
can
life
think.
activities.
Yes,
So you have life.
yes,
As you have life, then
Yes.
that is manifested in living
Yes.
life activities. So you are living,
yes, sir.
isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So Sir told about that Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya.
Yes,
That means only if life is not there, then everything is Mithya.
yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So that aspect you can do, not that Jagat is Mithya. You can do anything, you only sleeping, that is not the
I have to
prosperity.
give emphasis on Brahma Satya.
So think about that.
Okay, sir.
Then you have taken political science and the
International relations.
relation. What is the difference or connectivity?
Between political science and international, political science is more concerned with domestic affairs inside a country. International relationship deals with more of relationship of one country with another in the global sphere.
Political science?
Political science is mainly concerned with the polity of one domestic country. Suppose for India, it is we can say it is more kind of theory. International relationship is an application of a relation between many countries.
Then Sat told about cultural heritage. What is that?
Cultural heritage of
Cultural heritage in general.
cultural heritage. As the human mankind has progressed, it has created some cultures with which we can identify a particular community. That is what is culture, cultural heritage of the country. For suppose Puri Jagannath temple is our cultural heritage.
The heritage will not be there, then what will happen?
If cultural heritage is perishes, it is a risk for the community to lose its identity. With culture, community identifies itself.
Can you tell that what poverty reduction activities are taken in Odisha by the government?
Many
welfare program of the government.
Yes, one is the Kalia scheme, which is the income augmentation scheme for farmers. The income is augmented by the people so they can invest in the agricultural purposes. Another is Mission Shakti, which is to mobilize the women self-help groups so that women empowerment can happen. These are the main two empowerment poverty reduction programs.
What is the Government of India scheme?
Government India scheme, many schemes such as sorry sir, 1 minute.
Suppose in one
Foods,
aspect agriculture.
there is agriculture. There is a PM Kisan scheme for income augmentation and PM Kisi Samman Nidhi for insurance of farmers. There is Fasal Bima Yojana to minimize the risk that
you tell. Recently they have made changes in that Fasal Bima Yojana.
Yes sir.
So that these small farmers they get more benefit.
Yes sir.
It's all right, sir.
You normally what we see, people finish their study and move to Bangalore.
Yes.
But in your case it's reverse. Why
Yes,
you are
sir.
interested in administration?
Sir, when I was in Bangalore working in the Infosys, I felt the corporate life was monotonous. Every day I was doing the same work. Secondly, corporate life is more profit oriented. It is not very service oriented toward the nation. If you are giving the profit, then you are working well. Third is I belong to a rural family in Odisha, so I was more attracted towards the rural life, not a urban life. That's why I returned back
Which
to.
organization for government of Odisha is doing the software kind of activities?
This is mainly TCS, which conducts the examinations for Government of India.
Which
Infosys,
organization for government of Odisha and part of government of Odisha?
part of Government of Odisha, I think Mindtree is working with Government of Odisha.
Mindtree is not part of government of Odisha, it's outsourced.
Part of Odisha, sorry sir, I don't know.
Have you heard about OCAC?
No sir.
What is the role of STPI?
STP,
STPI,
STPI. Sorry sir.
Software Technology Park.
Software Technology Park, I know sir. It is a establishment with which government gives various concessions for employment generation and domestic products to increase the domestic production.
Do you find use of AI in social media?
Yes, definitely sir. AI is artificial intelligence, basically intelligence demonstrated by a robot or computer system. In social media it can be employed because there are many hate speeches and false rumors that are being spread through social media. Artificial intelligence can be used to check them and delete them from the media platforms.
Do you find it's also used while you are surfing in social media?
Yes sir, definitely AI is used. For example, suppose we are browsing something, we are seeing, suppose I was browsing yesterday for good shoes. Then immediately I was on another platform, I was shown some advertisement of shoes. It was the result of artificial intelligence only. They for customer satisfaction they use it.
Very recently, Government of India has sent a notice to WhatsApp. What was the issue?
Sorry sir, I don't know.
Also, some tussle between Twitter and the Government of
So
India.
the Twitter and Government of India tussle was regarding the new information technology rules that they have made into force. Twitter was not ready to appoint any officer for grievance redress officer for India specifically. That's why the tussle was came into.
You have completed mechanical engineering,
Yes, sir.
but why you choose philosophy and political science?
First of all, philosophy and political science are very crisp syllabus, and political science and international relations have very relevance with the services I am going to get in. Mechanical engineering was a tough syllabus, and I was also having a 5 years gap due to my service, so I lost touch with my graduation subject. That's why I preferred these two subjects.
Okay. Very recently, we see that the web series has been accepted by many youths. What is the reason?
So first of all, in web series we see there is a real connection between what are the realities of our society and the web series. Second, the acting levels of the character. Suppose Manoj Bajpayee, like those figures, is very good in the web
But there are
series.
some controversial movies in web series which
Yes,
some
definitely.
other people are opposing.
Yes, definitely, sir. Some tend to flare the religious, they hurt religious feelings or communal feelings of certain sections of society. That's why there is some resentment against the web series.
What is OTT platform?
OTT stands for over-the-top platforms such as G5, alt media platform. They are not licensed or censored by the government of India, but they can telecast on specifically on the internet. They does not have TV channel licenses.
Does web series is part of OTT?
Yes, sir. Web series are mainly streamed on OTT platforms. They are not shown in TV channels or not released in cinema theaters.
To which district do you belong?
So I belong to Jajpur.
Jajpur district. Name some of the tourist places.
Sir, the main focus of Jajpur is the Virajas Kshetra. Secondly, there is Osokjar waterfall. There is a Chandi temple at Chandikol. These are some tourist places.
How do you connect those Buddhist places in your district?
Sir, there is a
With
Buddhist.
history.
Sorry, sir.
With history, how do you connect?
Sir, there is Buddhist place called Ratnagiri. Connection with history, I don't recall it.
Sorry.
Good,
Son, good.
good,
And
Janmakaya.
he is playing with pet. Why? Which pet?
So I have two pets, one Labrador and one Golden Retriever.
Why?
So I love playing. I was from childhood. I was dreaming of having some pets. I like dogs.
What is the age?
So Golden Retriever is 3 years. Labrador is 4 months.
4 months.
I recently
Very
got.
nice.
Good, good. Janmakaya, this is your first interview?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes.
How do you feel about your performance in the mock interview?
Sir,
You're comfortable?
yes, sir. I am comfortable. Some fields like international relations, political science, and perhaps I need to upgrade.
Don't worry. So because they are not your main area, only thing is, no, some of your answers are brilliant. When the culture, without culture we lose our identity. That was a very brilliant point. That was straight away said, sir. And on the whole, good. But on the philosophy perhaps, and then even debate also, you were a little elusive. Elusive.
Okay.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. All of us are philosophers. We need not. It's not academic. For instance, whether I believe in God, I am an agnostic or an atheist. That's my absolute choice.
Yes.
So, but initially, as a government servant, you should be able to take a stand. You believe in God or not. It's not a theoretical question I was asking. That's the only point.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's a brilliant performance. And then when the honorable member was asking about software to this thing,
Okay.
then you were giving, I am from a rural background and then monotony, that's okay. But along with it, you say, because you're a software
Yes.
professional, then you should have add on, say, sir, yes, I have worked. One point is, it could have been, I don't know whether that is the reason rural attracted you or not, anything come across as genuine.
See, actually, that should not be contradictory. But software is contradictory with administration. How it would be complementary to administration?
Okay. How I can use software knowledge and
Again, positive point करो.
Correct. And also the reason, the first point is, why you can't get you come this genuine personal reason, because that was not very, I don't know, maybe the genuine, but it did not sound very, very convincing to me. Well, why did you come away, sir? You can give, is there any personal reason?
No personal reason, only for preparation I came. That is the personal.
You really found it attractive?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
No, sir, actually, 2 points as sir told. You told that I don't like urban life for the rural. I am
Yes.
from rural place. Should not.
Okay.
So you place in urban area. So you should not like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's one thing, and otherwise it's good. It's good.
Okay, to complete that point, certainly it's a correct point. Wherever you are getting a good question, you are wading into difficult waters. Jamiti, it is not sounding genuine. And then in the personality test, if you are not sounding genuine at some point or throughout, What will be the qualification? That will be a kind of, you get the point.
Okay.
Be genuine, be simple. I had some personal reasons, sir. Somebody said, for instance, sir, my parent was there. I remember in one of the interviews, sir, no, the reason was, sir, my father, there was nobody to take care of
responsibility.
No, supposing it is there. The point is, there is a good personality because he is putting the father's health ahead of his own interest. So that will bring out a very fine aspect of the personality. So that is very, very important. You should be honest to that. Secondly, but that is a good point. You bring a lot of software skills into the public service, which is very rare. For instance, I have absolutely, quite a few of us in the older generation, we bring no skills. We are almost ignorant. Whereas you being a software and that Infosys, imagine the assets already you bring in, but you are not utilizing that point. That was a good ball, you should have straight away sent it to them. You get the point, that's all. We can go on, but for want of time we are stopping.
Sir, I would take a thought on that. Sir, is a good student, so I am telling. Sir told that ask some questions. You answered that this is not the forum for debate.
Okay.
When the chairman or member asks some question, so forget about, they know what is forum, what is debating. You just enter it, what is there?
Okay.
Let the interview be over with that. What is there? All will engage in that.
If the members are talking about debate, no problem.
No problem.
But you can stop yourself. Sir, I can say this much.
You are right. There is a reason also. Because that is you have said I am a debater. But then when we are eager to, because we thought it's a plus point, you will be eager to engage the board because I was going to ask what is the debate engagement, but then you are avoiding it. So this is going to be a problem. Because philosophy, then you are not very comfortable. Then you yourself has mentioned I was a good debater and one, but then when I am saying certain, no, just like that, evasive, avoiding, not very comfortable, these are the areas you can avoid. खत्म मुझे लगे
बरं सेटा बढ़िया फील्ड हाईजैक करिया पे बोर्ड को नहीं पॉइंट को पण डिस्कशन करियो
ते त सारी जीवन
सी गोटे पॉइंट रे बाकी तीन पॉइंट रे रहजो
in short Janmakaya you are an outstanding you are not aware of your strength you are afraid you are a liar like Vivekananda you think you are a liar you are not
I have forgotten the topic my analyst no don't tell even if you forget don't tell.
Okay.
You bring a lot of assets to the service, okay? You will do very well. Be confident. All the best.
गोटे सजेशन हाथ उठेबनी जमा
Again.
हाथ हल्लिबनी जस्ट हाथ उठेकी एमती सब कंट्रोल करती मिरर आगे रखिए हाथ
No, but don't become stiff also, sir.
नॉर्मल इनोवेटिव खेल चलो बेसिक को रह जाउछ
Be easy. You are not a person. You will do well. Okay. All the best, Janmakaya.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.